What's going on, YouTube? It is Bubble Tea and I am back with another video for the channel. But today I am just disgusted, I think is a good word, as a dark-skinned black woman, as a woman. So today, June 24th, 2022, after I don't know how many years, somebody do the math, but since 1973, women had a constitutional right to have an abortion. This law made it so that the state cannot say, hey, you know what? You can't do this. There are so many reasons for why this is bad. And it's just crazy because it's like, why? Like, why? Why do you need so much power, like control, or whatever this is for? Because it's not about the kids. It's not about the unborn baby. Yes, a baby is a precious, precious life, unborn or not. And I have had my own experiences that give me the right to speak on this topic. If you're a woman, you have a say so. This affects so many things. They don't care about the kids. They don't care about the children that were murdered in a mass shooting. They don't care about black kids, young black kids, walking down the street just getting arrested for no reason, or, you know, shot and killed, harassed. Oh, it's not about the children. It's not about the young girl who was molested or raped or abused. It's not about her. They don't care about us. They don't care about people. Like, we're all numbers. Think about like count day when you were in school. Think about how, you know, we're all issued just like we're all just a number at the end of the day. They don't care about us. They're not doing anything to stop all of these horrible things from happening to people every day. It's not about a life. You can't say, oh, it's about a life. It's not about a life when you have all these homeless people and poor people walking around hurting others and doing all kind of other crazy stuff. It's not about any of that. It is a shame that we are taking a step backwards, but we're supposed to be the land of the free. At this point in my life, I'm ready to just go ahead and move out of the country. I just had to do my research because I'm still a black person and I don't want to risk, you know. I mean, I guess I'm taking that risk by living here as a black woman. Men, this affects you too. Who gonna be paying child support for all of these kids that are being forced, you know? You. This affects all of us. All of these children that could potentially be born to others that can hurt them. And it's just okay. Like, no, it's not okay. It's wild. This affects the mom. I am a mother. I've never been a parent. I had a miscarriage in 2020, as I said before in a previous video. And I said one day maybe I'll share my story if I feel comfortable enough with what happened to my baby. But as a parent, I can only imagine what you're going through because I'm a teacher. I love working with kids, and I am a teacher, and I provide care to young children, babies. And I know how tired it is to have to feed that baby, to have to rock that baby when they're crying, to have to change diapers all day long, chasing after them, entertaining them, playing with them, taking them outside, giving them baths. It is a full-time job. Being a parent is a full-time job. And with the mental health in this country being so bad as it is right now, it's only going to get worse. Because there are going to be children who are probably going to be born to people who are mentally unstable, who might not be able to get an abortion. How they got pregnant doesn't matter. But what's going to happen to that baby that's so precious? You know what's baffling? I feel like these same people who say, oh, all life is just so precious and the unborn baby and blah, 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 will be the same people that will put an animal out of its misery. You will put an animal out of its misery. So, are you really protecting the baby? But in the same breath, you say all life is precious. So what happens to that mom? This mentally unstable mom that either hurt the baby because they may have postpartum depression, or they may have, I don't know, anything. Financial reasons. Think about it. Think about financial reasons. Inflation is everywhere. In housing and in food. How is she supposed to take care of this baby? That is stress. That is causing so much stress. Not being able to be home to take care of your baby because you don't have any help. Do you know how many people don't have help that are parents? Like, even the kids like that I watch. If the baby gets sick and they move out of state, the parents, you know, they're here by themselves, and their baby gets sick and they gotta take off of work every time the baby gets sick. Like, you can't make enough money because you're taking off every time your child gets sick. You don't have enough money to buy the invisible formula because there's a shortage. So you can't buy formula to feed the baby, on top of grocery prices rising. I mean, it's like you care about the kid. You know, these families that have EBT and bridge cards or whatever, you know, food stamps. It takes a lot of money to feed a full family and for everybody to be fed and be satisfied. Like, no, I'm not going to give you crumbs so you have enough sustenance to still go out, and then let's just say that I give you some sustenance. I give you a little bit of food just to get you by. You're still drained because you're not getting all the nutrients that you should be getting because everything costs so much. It's just too many stories about people that abuse other people's kids or abuse their own kids. And I would much rather, and I feel like I am allowed to say this because I have worked with some people that didn't give their all because it wasn't their passion, or maybe they were working with the wrong age group. I've never seen anybody abuse a kid. If I seen anybody abuse a kid, I would say something or would stop them. So that's not where I'm going with this. But what I'm saying is, I have worked with people that just weren't as passionate about the job and didn't care, and it showed in their work ethic to take care of the children in the room. So that shows, right? Given my experience in dealing with that, and given the facts that the foster care system is abusive, there are people who are abusive that hurt others, and just all this and that other stuff, right? There are going to be moms who are going to hurt the baby because they're angry or lost or confused or stressed and burnt out because they don't know what to do, or they're just crazy. Some people, I'm not excusing. I am not excusing any behavior, but I have a lot of empathy and I can understand why people do stuff, even though it's not okay. But bet your bottom dollar that it's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna get hurt. It's gonna be these unborn kids that are being thrown into this country with nobody to look out for them. Being a teacher, again, I understand, like, there are so many things that these kids learn about life, and thinking about the way I grew up and my experiences, everybody just don't have a good experience. So you can't sit here and tell me that it's about the life, because I am convinced between all the mass shootings, the racism, everything, that they don't care. So this is just my opinion on it. I think that this is just horrible. And I do and understand this. I should have mentioned this earlier. What Roe versus Wade is, or how it affects, the country, it gives the state the power to decide to make it illegal or not. So there are some people that have already spoken out since the ruling that they are against it, that they are going to keep it legal. And that is, I applaud all of y'all, because thank you as a woman. I want children, like, I don't want nobody getting on here in my comment section, saying, oh, well, this, that, and the third, and oh, no, like, I want children. Especially after I lost my last. I love children. They are beautiful. They are precious. But just as you would put a dog, a family dog that you love so much, out of its misery, or somebody that's in a coma in the hospital and they decide to pull a plug, to put something out of its misery, because before most of these unborn babies' life will begin, it's gonna be hell for them, because it's hell now. I don't know, it's almost like wanting a child is selfish, because not to say that they won't have a good life, but think about where we live. I just don't think that this is like any kind of forward step into a positive direction, and we're probably, all in some kind of trouble with our future, unless we stand up and fight this or whatever.